23. Come on. 24.
Come on, 6 more. You're good now. You're recovered. Get back on the bar.
25. Drop it right back on. Come on. Yes, good. 26.
Come on, again.
27.
Come on, let's go. Hang on to these last 3. Hang on to these last 3. Don't drop it.
28.
Come on!
29. One more. Pick it up right away. 30.
217.
17.
Nice, dude.
Yes.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Andy Coach with the squat sesh. Pretty simple squat sesh, 3 sets of 8 at 285. That's 72%, moving up from 70%. And that's just how you do things. You want to get better, you got to practice. You can only increase so much at a time. So 3 sets of 8, although it felt heavy on racking, it moved pretty good. Still trying to figure out my squat stance, because quite frankly, I'm not good at squats. I don't like squatting. They don't feel good to me. My hips shift, my knee doesn't do the right thing, and that's all because that fucking doctor, can't swear, broke my leg. Didn't set my leg when I broke it. Really grinds my gears. This is my boy Jacques that you saw in the beginning, dying after that workout. It was pretty funny. Pretty awesome of him though. He's a cool dude. Yeah, I don't know how long he stays on the floor. But anyway, you can see I'm still trying to figure out my squats. Still working on it. This is a pretty good angle. You can see I'm letting my knees drive a little more forward than I used to. And that's simply because I'm trying to stay more upright, not get too bent over, and actually use my legs and not just my low back or my glutes. Glutes are important, and the safety squat bar helps my deadlift anyway, so I might as well squat more up and down than I used to. And here's just the third angle, the third set. Boom, below parallel. Good speed on that one. The first one was always a little rough. It's always hard to get tight with the safety squat bar, so sometimes it gets a little wonky in the first rep, but after that you kind of settle into a position and you figure it out. Yeah, my elbows touch my thighs. Some people think it's cheating, but at the same time you're not going to be using a safety squat bar in competition, so in order to get tight or to stop yourself from rounding over too much at the bottom, the elbows slightly touch the thighs and then you come back up. And then I smashed on some front squats. And by smashed, I mean really dreaded doing front squats because of how shitty I felt on this day. Just exhausted from that deadlift sesh still. But 195, again moving up from 185 finally. 3 sets of 10. You can see how far my right knee travels compared to my left knee, causing that huge issue. My right hip drops lower than my left hip. It also gets pulled forward more than my left hip. It's just a whole mess of things. And that's part of the reason why I squat so wide too, is because there's less shifting going on. Working on keeping that thoracic extension with the front squats, trying to grip the bar as best I can with my fingertips. You can see it's really uncomfortable. Trying to get it just settled in right on top of my anterior delts, but I go down and I come up so fast with it, sometimes it blasts the weight off my shoulders like that. The squatting isn't hard, it's just staying in position, keeping my elbows up, keeping my fingertips on the bar. I try all 4 fingers in the beginning, and as soon as I start my first squat, my pinky falls off and then by the end of the squat, I'm just left with my middle finger and my ring finger, sometimes just my index finger, or I'm sorry, my middle finger, my index finger, sometimes just my index finger. But just trying to sit down into the squat as best I can, working on that depth. And then to balance out some of these imbalances, I just did some basic step-ups. 3 sets of 12 supersetted with GHD sit-ups. A little hint about the step-up is not to put your foot down until you're all the way standing up. And the reason that is because if you put your foot down too early, you might have a tendency to just quarter squat the weight up with both legs rather than making that one leg do all the work. Unilateral stuff's really good for your ankles, really good for your calves. You can get standing on one foot, just standing on one foot for a minute can give you over 300 calf contractions, and that's much more than just sitting on the seated calf raise. There goes my boy Jacques up the rope. So training on Bosu balls and unstable surfaces don't really do a whole lot because it allows you to compensate so much, but standing on the flat ground will actually fire your calves up a lot quicker and a lot more effectively than those unstable surfaces. And then the last thing here is the GHD sit-ups, and those are nothing special. Make sure you flex your legs real hard so you're trying to like kick up towards the ceiling against the pad, and that's gonna save your spine. If you hang your butt off the end, you can get a nice deep stretch. You can kind of see where my butt is. I'm not going all the way down for some reason. I probably thought I was, but whatever. Doesn't matter too much, and I'm still trying to keep my spine straight. You can see some thoracic curvature. That's kind of normal for me. That's how I deadlift, and that's kind of how I squat too, and that's why I have a problem with front squats. But yeah, I don't know. I think I did 4 sets of 20. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, like the video. Thanks for watching. Share the video. I appreciate you all.